Hi, welcome back to No Budget DIY. This is now part 7 of the Dimebag Darrell guitar kit, the Great Southern Trendkillers Replica. We finished painting the first coats of red on it and let it dry now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wet sand this. And as you can see here, I've got Welcome back to No Budget DIY. This is the third time I've tried to get this video going, get this introduction. I painted this guitar almost a full week ago with the first coats of red, and it's still wet. This paint, which I'll show here, is Oxford Dakota Red. It says nitrocellulose lacquer on it. It smells like DuPont house paint, for one thing, and it never dries. I'm going to put up a review that somebody else did for Amazon on this paint, who experienced pretty much the same thing, that this is a translucent color, not a opaque one. When I went to the Oxford website, it said, oh, in order to get the color you might want, paint it white first, then apply the red to the level that you want. In other words, it's basically very low pigment paint, and therefore it took a lot of painting to get it to even cover anything. And what's even worse is that it's still tacky a week later. So what I'm going to do, I was trying to sand it, and sanding is taking forever, and it's basically just balling up, which means the paint is still wet. And so instead of dealing with that and dealing with this Oxford paint, I've ordered from Stuart McDonald's some color tone lacquer in red and blue so that I could do the blue and the red. And I already have some Arctic white nitrocellulose lacquer as well. So I'll be all set to do this, but it's a setback. I've lost an entire week on this. And so now the only thing I can do is go ahead and use a little of this, which is basically paint and varnish remover, and strip this thing back. It wasn't what I wanted to do, but it's what I'm going to do. So I've got me some of these foam brushes. I have a whole box of these. And so I will bring you back now when this bubbles up, when it's ready to clear off, and then I'll turn the guitar around, do the neck, and lastly I'll do the front of the guitar, or the face of the guitar. It's a setback. What are we going to do? Again, the other review on this was just horrible, and it's the same thing that I suffered with this Dakota paint. They don't dry, and you know, you basically stuck waiting months for it to dry enough to be able to sand. Okay, again, it's minor setback. We'll get this paint removed, start sanding over again, and this time I'm going to fill it with, or shoot it first with some vinyl sanding sealer that I got from Stuart McDonald's as well. So I'll put a couple of coats of vinyl sealer on here, sand it back, and see how the grain looks, and we'll go from there. This is a horrible setback, but it's what happens. And again, Oxford paint. I recommend, unless you got a lot of time on your hands and want to do this in very, very, very thin coats that are not going to be opaque, go ahead and use it. Me, I ordered some more from Amazon, and as soon as it gets here, I'm going to return it to Amazon. Again, I should have stuck with something that I know works. Again, I've got Baleen clear lacquer, I've got Color Tone clear lacquer. I've never had any problem with either one of those, but when it comes to this Oxford paint, again, it doesn't smell like lacquer. Most lacquer I've used smells like fingernail polish. This lacquer smells like DuPont house paint or Sherwin-Williams house paint. It does not smell like nitrocellulose lacquer. And again, lacquer dries from the top in, and it never really dries. It basically, the solvents evaporate and it becomes a hard surface. But once you spray it again, it reactivates the layer below it, and you it winds up actually melding itself into the previous layer. This stuff, I have no clue. Again, I put it on there, I made a mistake, and I'm going to move on. We'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I already scraped off part of this finish, and now I'm just going through, and I mean, it doesn't even, it doesn't act like paint. When the paint remover is on it, it doesn't really bubble up. It just seems to get wet, or I could say get wetter. So I'm going to continue now to scrape this paint off as best as I can scrape it off. As you can see, it is coming off. And then it's definitely going to take sanding again. So I'll just continue to scrape this body and try to get as much of the paint off of it with the scraper as I can without damaging the body too badly. And as you can see, when I wipe it with the paper towel here now, it almost like just takes and washes off the red paint, which is kind of weird for the paint stripper to move like that. I did put some stripper on the neck and the headstock. So again, I'm going to go ahead and continue to get this thing all cleaned off, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. When I do that, I'll bring you back. Okay, so far it is what it is, and I'll just continue to try to get this paint off of here. Okay, it's hours later. Same day, but hours later. I applied that paint stripper to it. I applied a bunch of it, and basically it just made a soupy mess of red paint. So lacquer thinner was my only option of basically cleaning and rubbing off all that paint. And here's where we are now. I know this kind of looks like we went back in time. And basically we did go back in time. We sanded it all back again to 320. So it's sanded back to 320, both the headstock and the body. And the next thing I got to do will be to tape up the pickup pockets, tape up the back of the Floyd rose, because I don't want to get any more paint on that. What a pain in the ass this has been. And I'll also tape off the fretboard, because we're going to use some vinyl sealer on it now. And that's going to hopefully raise the grain any more than it is. As you can see on the neck just has so many lows in it that it kept a lot of that red paint in there. So again, I'll fill it with the vinyl sealer, and we'll be able to move on and basically start over. I am waiting for the paint to come, so after I get the vinyl sealer on here, I'll cut it back or see what it looks like. I'll bring you back, and we'll see where we are from that point, and whether I still need to sand off a little bit more of these corners that still have a little bit of a red paint on it. Edges, not corners. The edges that still have a little red paint on them. But most of it is gone now. It feels really good still. I didn't gouge it up with the putty knife or anything. So again, this Oxford Dakota Red nitrocellulose lacquer, and it even says nitrocellulose lacquer right on it. It smells like house paint. It's just not good lacquer. It's very translucent, and as the as the Amazon review showed, the other guy who did it said he couldn't believe he had to use a full 8 ounces just to get what he got on the picture of his guitar, which I showed earlier, and I'll show you one more time. And it never did become opaque on his guitar either. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and come back after I get this thing all masked up so we can get some sanding silver on it. Okay, I'll see you in a few. Hi, welcome back. Don't forget, if you like what we're doing here, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up anyway, and hit the share, and if you can, subscribe to the channel. We will finish this guitar kit, even though we got a big setback on it this time, thanks to the garbage paint. But anyway, I've got the fretboard masked up again. I've got the pickup cavities masked up. I've got the control cavities masked up, and part of the Floyd Rose cavity in the back as well. Anyway, it's now ready to put on some sanding sealer, and I'll probably do that tomorrow, being as this was a long day getting this stripped back so we have somewhere to start again. Okay, well, back to the future, I'd say, but nope, it's actually back to the past. So we'll go ahead and get this outside, get some sanding sealer on it, and I'll come back to you after we do that. Hey, good morning. It's a new day. I live in Northern California, and the paint, for one thing, that I ordered from StuMac, I think I ordered it like Tuesday of last week or maybe Wednesday. Usually takes 5 business days to get here, so I'll have the red paint on Monday. This is Saturday, and again, it's a new day. Everything is all taped up. But again, I live in Northern California, and this is June. This is almost July, and I woke up to rain last night. So the ground outside is all wet. It's still overcast, cloudy, and very moist in the air feeling. So I am not going to get to spray the sanding sealer on this until probably late this afternoon, and as opposed to holding up posting a video here, it's not going to be much difference with the sanding sealer on it. I'm not going to be able to get any color on it again until probably Monday afternoon, Monday evening. So what I'll do is I'll spend the probably the weekend, maybe tomorrow or later today, getting some sanding sealer on this, and then start sanding it back. I'll record how it looks after I get that on there so I can start out the next video that way. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode 7 of the Dimebag Darrell guitar kit. Again, even though we had the setback with the crappy paint, this thing still looks so damn cool. It really feels good. I can't actually wait until I can play it. That's going to be fun. It's big. It is a big guitar. It stands tall. It goes from end to end on this bench I've got here. So it's, I got to be careful. I keep banging the heck out of it everywhere. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the series as much as I am in making it. Can't wait to get a new coat of red on it with some real lacquer. I shouldn't say it that way, with some better lacquer in my opinion. I'll get that color tone on there, and then I can start sanding that back as well. And hopefully the red I get from Stuart McDonald's is supposed to be opaque. It's supposed to be non-transparent or translucent. So hopefully the coverage will be better on it, and it'll look better. Appreciate you stopping by again. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button, hit that share, and for sure subscribe. This is a hobby for me, but I'm having such a good time. So I will see you guys on the next one. Episode 8 coming up. Almost like episode 6 and 7 never happened, but we're gonna get there one way or the other. Again, please like and subscribe. This is No Budget DIY, and we'll see you guys on the next one.